And one of the biggest things that's going to get you in trouble is lying to a judge or to the tribunal. Lying to the judge or a tribunal is going to be the worst thing to get you in trouble. Now, when we have this, it goes under Rule 3.3 that we shall not make those false statements, or if we make a false statement, we have to correct it on the record, and we have to have that truth-seeking function to the court. This is the only Rule 2 that can trump Rule 1.6, confidentiality with your client, because if your client lies to the court and you know that they lied to the court, or they want you to do something that's a misrepresentation and you don't know it's a misrepresentation at the time and you do it, then later find out it's a misrepresentation, you still have to correct it. Even if it has adverse consequences on your client, even if it's a breach of Rule 1.6, which this is an exception to it, it trumps it. Our duty of candor to the court is paramount. Now, when you're in those situations where your client has led you to do something that's untruthful or misrepresentation of something with the court, you should first probably counsel them to correct it so we don't have to go into that Rule 1.6 area and breach those confidences. If the client refuses to correct it on the record or make it right or change the testimony or go back and say they were mistaken, you have to take steps to do it. And you should probably have that conversation, obviously, with your client. Now you and your client probably have a conflict of interest because you have a duty to correct it with the court. Client doesn't want to. There's all these other issues that can come from it. And no attorney likes to be in that situation because we do owe our duties of confidentiality to the client, but our duties of candor to the court are paramount to that. And I know from teaching this in law school and to law students and other lawyers, this is one of the most uncomfortable conversations and situations that you can be in, and no one likes to have it with their client that they're going to have to correct the record with the court, even though that correction is going to be adverse to their client's case. But our duties of truthfulness and candor and your license is more important than sitting beside that client in potentially jail, or now sitting outside on the street with the client begging for money, or maybe you're going to be asking them for a job to work from them when you're not a lawyer anymore. There's all kinds of, the worst case scenarios. But if you don't have truthfulness to the court, you're probably going to end up in the disciplinary commission because judges have a duty to report the misconduct of lawyers. And this is one of those misconducts that they see quite often.